Hi friends, I'm Rachel, and the book that I decided to do my review on is Anne of Green Gables by Lucy Maud Montgomery. This is not it because someone in my library has an eternal hold on that book, and I haven't been able to get it. And we're in Washington, D.C. on a temporary assignment, and my copy is in storage in Georgia. So this is of the same series. So from all the way back to when I was a little girl in middle school, I remember falling in love with Anne Shirley. It captivated me the first minute that I read it, and I've read it many times since then. It's just like the scriptures to me. Every single time I read it, I learn something new. My kids will ask a question that I hadn't thought of before, or a quote will stick out to me. So it's my favorite. And because I learn something new every time, I feel like it's a classic for me. So this is a coming-of-age novel written by Lucy Maud Montgomery in 1908 in Prince Edward Island, Canada. And a couple things that were happening there during that time was the first transatlantic radio message was sent to Newfoundland, and the Titanic sank off the coast of Newfoundland. So the story is about Matthew and Marilla Cuthbert, a brother and sister, and they send a message to the orphanage in Prince Edward Island that they need to adopt a little boy because Matthew's aging and he needs help doing chores on the farm, and he's not able to keep up like he used to. So there's a mix-up, and they send a little girl, an 11-year-old little girl, with red hair and freckles, and she is a little spitfire. And Matthew immediately loves her. He's terrified of women, but he loves Anne, and I can't help but think it's because he doesn't have to do any of the talking because Anne does it all. And then Marilla is very slow to warm up to Anne. She takes her time. She's not really affectionate. She has never been married, and so she has never had children, and so this is her first experience with kids. And she eventually learns to see things in a different light through Anne's eyes because of Anne's scope of imagination, which is huge. So there's many adventures in this book. She's learning how to be part of a family. She learns how to go to school because she's never done that before. She has to figure out friends, and she's just kind of all over the map. Avonlea is very presumptuous, and does not fit the mold at all. And so she kind of has to find her way and either be true to who she is or change her ways and become like the people of Avonlea. So she's very optimistic, and these are a couple quotes that are my favorites from the book. Tomorrow is a new day with no mistakes in it, yet. But really, Marilla, one can't stay sad for very long in such an interesting world, can one? It's been my experience that you can nearly always enjoy things if you make up your mind firmly that you will. I'm so glad that I live in a world where there are Octobers. That's probably my favorite quote because I share that sentiment. And then she has a deep affinity to nature. These are a couple quotes that I love. Listen to the trees talking in their sleep. What nice dreams they must have. I had made up my mind that if you didn't come for me tonight, I'd go down the track to that big wild cherry tree at the bend and climb up into it and stay all night. I wouldn't be a bit afraid, and it would be lovely to sleep in a wild cherry tree all white with bloom in the moonshine, don't you think? You could imagine you were dwelling in marble halls, couldn't you? And this is another one. I love Lucy Maud Montgomery's use of ly words and dress-ups in her writing. This is a quote from Anne. Which would you rather be if you had the choice? Divinely beautiful, or dazzlingly clever, or angelically good? So she does a great job at character development, I feel like, and not only of Anne, but of everyone in the book. Anne comes up with all of these fun, romantic names for all the places in the town of Avonlea, the Dryad's Bubble, the Lake of Shining Waters, and this painting right here behind me reminds me of the White Way of Delight. So I would classify this book as a historical fiction. because it takes place around the turn of the century in 1908, like I said, and the historical story tells life like what life might have been like during this time period in Canada. Examples include a one-room schoolhouse, a community founded on farming with deep connections to nature, walking or horseback to commute to different villages, homemade clothing, entertainment via orations and talent shows. And so, all of these reasons are why I love this book. And it never gets old to me. It's so fun. So, I encourage you to read